Welcome everybody out to the presentation. I'm Trevor. I will be your host, and today we're talking about a tool that we recommend our clients use, especially our clients that are struggling with sort of deciding what to sell on eBay, or as they're doing their market research, they're trying to figure out what's real popular currently on eBay, and this I think is one of the best ways to do it. There's other resources as well that we might discuss during the webinar, but I want our focus to be on this WatchCountcom. So for those of you guys who are here live, I took a survey just a minute ago. It looks like out of everybody I asked here, 3 out of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, like, I don't know, maybe 15% of you had seen this before, which is fine. That's why we're doing this webinar today, just to give you guys a little heads up on how to use it and why it's valuable for an eBay marketer. So here it is. It's called WatchCountcom. The site's been around for a little while. It's not an eBay site. It's somebody else who's able to sort of tap into eBay's database and pull a bunch of data out for us. And what it's really famous for here is it shows us what's most popular in certain categories of eBay and using certain keywords. It shows you products that are very popular. Now let me ask you guys a question. How do you, when you look at an item on eBay, is there a way that you can tell if it's popular or not? Okay? I'm asking that question generally, and feel free to answer for those of you guys who are here live. Let me actually go to eBay real quick. And let me do a search. This will be a good example. You guys know what this is. Or many of you guys probably do, because I use this as an example in a lot of my stuff. This is a piece of movie memorabilia that we're looking at right now. And when you're searching on eBay, a lot of times eBay will give you some data about how often something is selling or has sold. Now the data is a little incomplete. So you can notice here when I typed in this keyword search, it gives me a bunch of listings that come up, right? This one in red says 114 have sold. This one right here says 594 have sold. Notice this one doesn't say any have sold, but then this one says 397 have sold. Okay, it doesn't mean that this isn't a good item right here, this listing for $7.99. It just means the style of listing maybe doesn't show you how many times it's sold. Whereas these ones are listed in a certain format that show you how many times they've sold. In fact, let me click at the top of this one, or this first listing up here. Without looking then, I mean, we can't obviously go back into the back end and see exactly how this is listed, but based on what you guys know about listings, what kind of listing is this? Like what is it? Is it an auction? Is it a fixed price? And then what's the duration on the listing? How long is it listed for? Just based on looking at this right now, what would you guys say? Well, let's maybe establish first, is it an auction or is it a buy it now? It's a buy it now, right? It's a fixed price. There's no auction here. You could just come in here and you could buy it now, right? Okay, and what's the duration on it? How long is this going to be available to us? Is it when I say duration, remember guys, when you guys are listing something for sale, you can list it for 1 day or 3 days or 5 days or 7 days, 10 days. You can list it as a good till canceled to where it doesn't come down. Yeah, Carrie, this is what it is. Carrie says until supply runs out. That's what this is. The technical term on eBay for that is it's a good till canceled listing, which means this listing will never come off of eBay until the person either pulls it down or it runs out of stock. Okay, and on that type of on that type of listing, you can sort of see its track record, which is why this is interesting. You see how it says 114 sold. If I click on that link, it'll take me into the dates and times that this item is sold. So you can see right here, it sold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times on the 12th. And then right here, it sold 4 times on the 11th, 4 times on the 10th, right? See how that works? So you can see a track record. You can see a track record for how the listing is doing. But see, it's a little, I mean, it's good data, but it's not 100% complete, because as we were looking at here before, let's go back out to the listings as they showed up after I did a keyword search. I'm just going to do the search again. I can't go back for some reason. Okay, here we go. Here's the page of search results. Okay, this one right here doesn't have any of this data, right? You can't see how many have sold. Well, that's because if I click on it, it doesn't have a high enough number to where eBay wants to actually show you on their search results. So we had to click on it in order to see that there were 16 of these sold, okay? But I guess my point is here, guys, in order to see a track record for something, somebody has to have done like a good till canceled or shown some inventory on the item. A lot of the way we teach you guys just to list one item at a time and not to list in quantity for the most part, right? Why is that, guys? Why do we tell you to do it that way? Why don't we have you say that, you know, if you're listing a barbecue, why don't we have you say that you have 10 of them or 15 of them? Because you can. You could do this very same thing and say you have access to 10 or 15, and you probably do, right? If you're buying through a supplier, you may have unlimited access. But why don't we typically do that when we're listing? Good. A lot of you guys are saying because of your limit, right? So most of your guys' accounts on eBay have some kind of a selling limit. If I said on eBay that I had 10 of a barbecue that I was selling for, you know, $150, and I had 10 in quantity, right? And that could very well be true. I could have even more of that in quantity depending on, you know, my supplier. But if I say I have 10 in quantity, well, I have to take 10 and multiply that by 150, because that eats up that much of my limit. That's $1,500 worth of products in one listing that are available. And if I only have a $5,000 eBay selling limit, well, there went, you know, 30% of it just right there on one listing. So I don't typically recommend you guys do this until your limits are extremely high, okay? And a lot of people on eBay don't do this. They list an item, and if it sells, they relist it. So there are some weaknesses to this data, but a lot of the listings out there that do show that they have a quantity of items, you can get in there and do a little more analysis this way to figure out what's really selling well. Not by even using a tool at all, by just going to eBay and looking around, okay? Okay, so the other thing I want to mention while we're here is you notice a number that they show you. It shows up right here. You see this? It says 21 watching. Explain to me, what does that mean, guys? What does that mean that it shows that 21 people are watching this item? And Robert, to your question, Robert says, is it better to go for volume sales by keeping it at a lower price? It certainly depends on the product. That's something you have to test out a little bit. I've made pretty good money on eBay by focusing on volume, because over time I've sold some items that I've imported in internationally, and I sold for pretty cheap, but I sold a lot of them And even with kind of a low profit margin where I was only making $4, $5, $6 a sale, if you're selling 10 of those a day, like that can actually add up to some decent money. But it's very specific to the type of item. So sometimes some markets are going to make your money. You're going to make your money off of selling in volume. Others, you're going to make your money on just having a good profit margin and selling fewer. Just really depends on what you're selling. You'll have to kind of go over that with your coach a little bit. Yeah, so 21 people here, they're watching it, so it's like they're adding it to their favorites. They like it enough to where they decided they wanted to favorite the item, or watch the item, it's called. So I'll show you what happens here. If I do this, I need to sign into my account. Sorry, this is on another window. That's why I have to sign back in. Okay, so I'm signed into my account. I can come over here. If I like this item enough, I can click Add to Watch List, which I'll do. Okay, and that's now added to my watch list. Okay, which means when I get into my eBay section, I have this little column here called Lists, and everybody has it. And right here, I've got a watch list where this item comes up. So people who are shopping eBay, they find an item they might like. They're interested in it. They may be add it to their watch list. It's a good indication that they're very interested in potentially buying it. Okay. All right. So all of that discussion to go back to our tool here, WatchCount.com. I needed to help you guys understand what a watcher actually is in practice, so that you understand the value of this tool. So WatchCount.com will show you items in different categories and for different keyword searches that have the most watchers. Okay, it'll filter that information for you. So I don't have anything pre-planned here to look at. I'll just ask you guys, what do you want to look at? What do you want? Let's look for a product here, just on the fly, or look in a category. I'll just do the first one. Susan, you said coins. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do coins. See if they have a category for coins here. Coins, paper money. Yeah, let's click on this coins, paper money category right here. And if I do that, what it shows you is the most watched items on eBay right this second. It's real time, so it's doing this right now for us. These guys here at WatchCount, they consider a watched item to be very popular. So they're saying the most popular items on eBay tend to have the most watches, and they bring this up for this category. So you can look right here. This item right here, this roll of 20, looks like 1 ounce silver coins, American Eagle silver coins. There's 3,832 watching this specific item, right? It's pretty interesting. If you go down here, you can see it sort of shows the most popular going up. So this is a little less popular, so on and so forth as you scroll down here. Okay, so why does this matter? Well, I'm using this tool, guys, today to give you a better idea of how to figure out what's actually popular and what people are actually buying on eBay right now. Okay, and you can do this in all sorts of different categories. Somebody said books. Let's click on books. And this right here at the top would be the most popular item as watchers go on eBay right now in the books section. I'm going to open up this window so you can see what the listing looks like. They've got 2,466 watchers, right? That's an incredibly popular item. And what's even crazy about it, I don't know why it's not showing the image. The images aren't really coming up. But anyway, it looks like they've sold it 3,498 times, right? It's crazy. They're selling it for $45 a piece, and then you can see 2,400, almost 25 people are watching it. So clearly, if I could figure out how to get my hands on something like this and sell it, I'd be able to do extremely well. I'm just going to click on this little sold section here real quick just to show you. And you can see their track record. It looks like they must have raised their price recently because they have their price at $22.89. It looks like it's more expensive now. It's at $45.79. But they sold 3 on the 12th, which was yesterday, 3 on the 11th, 4 on the 10th, right? It's good data. So, and you can grab all this kind of information right off of WatchCount.com. It's going to rank all of these, and you can see their past sales. But what's weak about this, and what's a little incomplete, is this is only stuff that's good till canceled stuff, or stuff that's got an inventory on it. Like it doesn't show all those sellers out there that have a product that they sell once and then they relist again. They sell it again and then they relist it again. And it's almost a way to kind of protect yourself as a seller, because the thing is people who are smart in the marketing world, like we are, we can come in here and use a tool like this, and we can scrape this data off of this tool and figure out really maybe where we should be looking for certain types of products. Okay. Let's look at another one. Let's look at another category here. Cell phones. That's Rick, you suggested cell phones. I'll bet that is by far one of the most popular. In fact, there's a way. Let me see here. I think you can go. I think if I go show me what's most popular right here, this is without putting in a category or a keyword phrase. You can either select a category here or put in a keyword here. If you just do show me what's most popular, Rick, this is what's most popular. This is by far the most popular stuff on eBay, and probably the most popular stuff across the entire internet. People are crazy about phones. And look at this one right here. 16,000 watchers on this droid, this HTC droid. All right, that's insane. If I click on the listing, let's see if they give me a. They don't show me sold, but I see. I don't know why they're not showing me the number sold. But anyway, bottom line is 16,000 people watching this item. That's a pretty good indicator that this is just an extremely popular item. Okay. Let's go back here. Sorry, it said my shockwave just crashed. See if I can pull this up on a different browser. All right, here we go. Let me go back to it again. WatchCount.com. Okay, let's look for something specific. So we're moving into spring right now. I'm going to look up, what should we do? Like, let's type in lawnmower. And then you can do a search, and you can see here which lawnmowers on the internet are by far the most watched, right? So how do you use all this data practically, right? That's the real question. I mean, what I worry about sometimes, guys, as I show you guys tools like this, is for those of you guys who have the tendency to want to analyze, you use these tools and you love them because it's just, you can analyze so much using something like this. You can see all sorts of different markets and industries and what's selling and what's hot based on the number of watchers. And you may sit there with all this data and never make a decision, and we call that analysis paralysis, right? Where you're literally paralyzed because you don't do anything because you have so much that you want to analyze. Don't let that happen to you here. I show you these tools as a way to get a general idea of things. So if I were using this practically, and I'm looking to figure out what I could be selling right now on eBay, I would type in just something I'm interested in. And in this case, I'm interested in lawnmowers because it's just around the corner. The season is really near. And so I type that in, and I can see which lawnmowers and lawnmower parts here have the most watchers and sales. And that's great because I may want to go out there and look for these products myself to see if I can sell them. right? I might want to go looking for wholesalers. I may look for retailers. I mean, let's take this one right here as an example. And this is none of this is planned, guys. This is kind of all on the fly right now. This one right here, this is a 20-inch classic hand push mower. I can't imagine why you'd want a hand push mower. I don't have one of those. My lawn is like really up and down, up and down. So I like to have a good powered mower that can get me up those hills. But apparently this is a pretty popular item, right? You can see 211 have sold. You can see they've got 267 watchers on it. It's very, very popular. They're selling it for $70, it looks like, and free shipping. That's pretty affordable, $70 and free shipping. Now I'm going to just see if I can find this. I wonder what the brand on it is. If they give me a brand here, Best Choice Products. That's what it is, Best Choice. I'm coming down here into the description. And if I'm running the retail strategy, what I might do at this point, whoops, let me open up a new window. What I might do is I might go to google.com/shopping, and I might just try to search this item and see where I can find it. Best Choice Products, what was it, lawnmower, what do we want to call it, 20-inch classic lawnmower. Okay, I'm just going to do a keyword search here and see if I can find it. Classic lawnmower, there we go. See if it's out there somewhere. Right here it's for $90. This looks like this might be this. Now that looks a little bit different. This looks probably like what it is. This looks like this might be the same one for $68 off of eBay. So I would come here and I would try to find it. Now, even if I find it for a higher price, like this one right here is for $90 off of this website right here. Okay, if I click on this once, it'll bring up the shop where I can find it, and then I can click right here and open it up into a new tab. And sure enough, here it is. It looks like I can probably get this for $90 and free shipping from this company right here. Now you're probably thinking right now, wait a minute, $90 and free shipping, but aren't these guys on eBay, aren't they selling it for a lot less? What were they selling it for on eBay? They're selling it for $70 and free shipping, right? So can we compete on this? Okay, they're actually selling it for $70. We can't even get it unless we buy it for $90. But that doesn't count our eBay fees. We'd probably have to sell it for, I don't know, if we sold it for $125 and we're getting it for $90, right? What's the math on that? 125 minus 90, that leaves us with $35. And then if we sold it for $125, we'd have to multiply that by 13% to get our fees, which is about $16. 35 minus $16 would be what our profit would be on this. We'd make $20 a piece on these if we could sell them for $125. Now again, are we crazy here? Could we list this on $125 and expect anybody to buy it? What do you guys think? Some of you guys are saying yes. Some of you guys are saying probably not. For any of you guys who have any serious experience using the retail drop shipping method, and if you don't know what that is, you'll learn shortly. But I'm telling you right now, you probably could. You could list this thing for $125 and you could probably sell it. And you're thinking, no way, how's that possible when somebody could get it for much cheaper? It's all about marketing, right? And I've kind of preached this principle to you guys for a long time. It's not always the person with the lowest price that wins the game. It's the person like that. That's helpful. Certainly these guys have an advantage, but these guys are also, I mean, this is the manufacturer right here. That's who we're up against. This is Best Choice Products. This is their product right here. So there's no way we're going to get it out cheaper than they are, right? But I'm telling you, you can still sell stuff like that that's priced above it, because if you put in a good title and you test different keywords and you get it to rank well, you could sell this thing for $125 and make 20 bucks. And because it's so obviously very popular, there's a really good chance that if you can get a high ranking in eBay for it, if somebody sees it, there's a good chance they will buy it. And we know it's very, very popular because we found it here, right? WatchCount.com shows us that. And this thing has 211 past sales and 267 watchers. It's very clear. It's got a lot of interest. So this is really kind of a neat tool. This is all real-time stuff. This data is being collected as we speak and loaded into this tool. And so if there's any question about, what's popular or what should I sell on eBay, this might be a great place to visit, because you can browse through any of these categories. And that's the other point. That's the other takeaway I want you guys to have from today's discussion. Is it's like, I get this question a lot. I get this question a lot especially from more of my newer clients that are just starting this. They say, Trevor, what should I sell? What's the best market to sell in? And I say it doesn't matter. They all will work. And I really mean that. I mean, the bottom line is, if you went through this entire list of categories right here, or you typed in virtually any keyword here, you're going to struggle to not be able to find a market here on eBay that's busy, that has a lot of watchers, that have people that's buying products. Because it just happens so often now, right? The stat I always share with you guys is, over the holidays, 1 out of every 5 people did some, if not all, of their shopping on eBay. 20% of people. And that trend, eBay is just a giant marketplace. So I don't want you guys to think like there's really any sort of like hidden niche or hidden market that's going to make you guys rich. There's not. All of these markets have the potential of making you money. You just need to get in and try different things. If you get in and try different things, and you could get into here the lawnmowers, and I just thought about that for seasonal purposes. I mean, look, we're in March. It's real close to spring. It might be a good idea to start thinking about springtime products, right? I think that's a good idea. And you can use, you could use Watch Count to kind of help you figure out which products are actually really popular for the spring. If you're interested in the lawnmower niche, you have all the data you need in the world right here. You type in lawnmower, you see what's got the most interest on it, okay? Now let me look back to your guys' questions here for just a second, or comments. Yeah, Kirk, I agree with you. You say sometimes it's about reputation on eBay. If you're a seller who's been selling for a while and has a pretty good feedback score, your reputation can help you sell and sort of rise above your competition. But on the flip side, a lot of you guys who are just starting your account, you don't have any real reputation on eBay, and don't let that be a huge concern, because that's only a minor part of why people buy from people on eBay. If you have a 0 feedback score and you're trying to sell on eBay, you'll still be able to sell. Everybody can get started somewhere. Okay. Any other questions about watch count here, guys? I'd challenge you just to get in here and play with it a little bit. It's a lot of fun. You can do eBay. I mean, it's default eBay US, but you can look at eBay for the UK or for Australia. There's eBay Canada. You can do research with whatever eBay website you want. You can even do, we're doing watchers right now, but you can do items that have the most bids. Okay, so you can research more of the auction part of eBay. So I can type in lawnmower, and it'll show me what auctions currently have the most interest. This one has 58 bids. That's a good way to try to figure out, what items are a little more popular. Although I would argue the most watched section is going to be your most valuable. Top eBay searches. This is one I haven't used a lot of. I think this may be, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to really speak to this. This might help you come up with what's searched most often. I don't know. I'm not going to speak too much about this specific tool because I haven't really used it much on watch count. I usually use it for just the watched items. Anyway, so you can filter it that way. But I would really challenge you guys just to get on here and play with this a little bit. If you're in a spot where you're like, I just don't know what to sell and I don't know what's popular and I need a tool to help me with that, you've got it. That's what this tool's for right here. Okay, good. So let's finish up. I mean, I'm not going to belabor this. I think it's a pretty simple topic. I hope this helps you guys out, especially those of you guys who are struggling to figure out what to sell. And you should be able to answer the very simple question now. If somebody asked you what's popular on eBay, what's selling, your first answer should be everything, because everything is selling. There's not one market that's not moving on eBay. It's just the internet's too big now. But you can get into each of these categories and you can learn more about the specific brands and the specific types of products that tend to have more watchers and therefore maybe more popular. That's the takeaway. That's the summary for you guys. Okay? All right, so I'm going to leave it open for some last minute questions and then we are going to officially finish up. Go ahead and take a minute and ask away. Otherwise, we'll finish up and we'll call it good for the day. Actually, for the recording, I think I'm just going to turn off the recording right now, and then we'll finish up with any other questions. For those of you guys who are watching this recording of a review of WatchCountcom, thanks for being here, and we'll see you next time.